Now we're going to look at dividing decimals. How do we divide decimal numbers? Not too difficult. Let's take the following example. 30 divided into 4.5. We have a whole number divided into a decimal number. All we do is to bring the decimal point straight up, and now we divide. 30 goes into 45 one time. 1 times 30 is 30. Subtract 15. And we can add another 0 here and bring it down. 30 will go into 150 5 times. 5 times 30 is 150. And so it comes out evenly. And our answer is 1500. 0.15 is the answer to that problem. Now, if we have a number, the divisor, which has a decimal in it, we will have to do one more thing. We can't just bring the decimal point straight up. What we do is we multiply this by 10 or 100 or whatever it takes to turn it into a whole number. And since we move the decimal point over to the right one place, we do the same thing here in the dividend. Now, since this is a whole number, we can move the decimal point in its new location up here, and it's now right there in the answer. 25 goes into 77 3 times. 3 times 25 is 75. Subtract, bring down. 25 goes into, whoops, that should have been a 5. Bring down the 5. 25 goes into 25 one time, and 1 times 25 is 25. And so our final answer here is 31. We don't need to write that decimal point there at the end. Take one more example. 1.25 divided into 75. Now in this case, we have a decimal point here in the divisor, and we need to turn the divisor into a whole number, so we move it over 2 places. And we have to do the same thing here with the dividend. And in this case, no decimal point is written yet, but in fact, every number has a decimal point. 75 is the same thing as 75.00000. We move the decimal point 2 places here, move the decimal point 2 places here, and then place it directly up into the quotient. 125 goes into 750. How many times will that go? Will that go 6 times? Let's see. 6 times 5 is 30. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 3 is 15. And indeed, that goes evenly. 125 into 0 is 0. So the final answer is 60. 1.25 divides into 75 60 times. So in division, we place the decimal point in the answer first and then just divide almost as if it's not even there. It's the opposite of multiplication, where we did the multiplication just as if the decimal points were not even there. Once we got the answer, then we place the decimal point in that answer. There we have it, dividing decimals.